HOI4. Some of you might, if you saw there was an EU4 video a while back where Lady Bear kind of joined me, and she liked the idea of EU4, wanted something a little more modern. She's not here with me today, but I decided to reinstall HOI4. It's a game that I kind of have a love-hate relationship with. I will play it non-stop for like a year, and then I won't play it again for quite a while. I don't know, but I've decided to start playing this. So every Thursday I've been like releasing videos trying to learn Stellaris, and the truth is I just can't bring myself to do it anymore. I find that game immensely boring. It doesn't hold any of the magic for me that EU4 or HOI4 does. So yeah, so here we are. Just my sound here a little bit in OBS, and yeah, so I'm going to throw in HOI4, and I'm going to kind of abandon Stellaris for now. I'm sorry if people really like Stellaris. I just can't do it. I just can't. So I am playing a modded version. Road to 56 is a version that I really like. It doesn't change the gameplay a ton. It adds some different mission trees and a little more flavor to a lot of the nations, and it adds more technology. So if you're playing as America, you can go beyond the M1 Garand and into the realm of the M14. If you're playing as the Soviet Union, you can develop AK-47s and stuff like that. So it just gives the game a little bit more longevity to where you can take it from, you know, the 1930s into the Cold War. So we're gonna single player here, new game. We'll start. The only option we have is 36. I guess I think there at one time was different options, but you'll notice over here I have several of the DLCs installed, but I don't have all of them. If I decide that I like playing this, maybe I'll buy the rest of these at some point. But for now, we're gonna jump in here. And I saw today, I was reading a scenario on Reddit that I thought, or kind of a what if on Reddit. But what if the Nationalists had won the Chinese Civil War, and how that would have changed world history? And I thought that sounded neat. So we're gonna play as Chiang Kai-shek and the Republic of China, and you know, we'll start out here. You know, of course, Germany is kind of everybody's favorite to play because everybody wants to see if they can change things. Of course, you have the Soviet Union, has some really interesting gameplay. The United States is almost stupidly powerful. That you really have to do something ridiculous to break America in this game. America can easily world conquest everything. But I'm going to start over here, and what I'm going to try to do, my goal for this is to win the Chinese Civil War as the Nationalists, take over China, and maybe try to gain the support of the United States and Britain, and see if, I mean, at some point maybe we can, you know, collectively threaten the Soviet Union, or we'll see what happens. But I'm going to set it on civilian because I am terrible at this game, and I will put it, normally I play without Iron Man because I like to cheat. I don't like the way that the game forces you to generate war goals. So in like EU4, it makes sense because the diplomacy of the world is very different. You have to have claims and stuff. But by the time of the 20th century, things like surprise attacks, like Hitler's attack into Poland and stuff like that, nations can just declare war on each other. So I understand from a gameplay perspective why Paradox doesn't want people just doing that, but usually when I'm playing, I cheat, and there's a console command that allows you to just declare war all the time. But I'm not going to do that. What I will do is I'll put it on Iron Man. That will prevent me from cheating since I'm playing, for a video. But I'm going to turn off the historical AI prioritization just because I like to see the chaos that happens, right? My intent here is to change the world, and we're going to see if the world changes. So we'll play as Chiang Kai-shek and see if we can establish a different China. And how state drive, so this is loading much more quickly than it would from my hard drive, but still, it takes a bit. Alright, so we are in here. I am going to, I won't turn the music off completely. I'm going to turn it down a fair amount. Just because. So, the situation we're in, we are not currently at war with anybody, but we 100% will be, right? We're going to be at war with all of these people, and then we 100%, and them also, and 100% the Japanese are going to attack us. I think we'll end up at war with at least these guys and maybe Tibet as well. The Japanese absolutely are going to attack us, so we need to be like really prepared. So with HOI4, the very first thing you want to do is start building factories. You definitely want civilian factories. Civilian factories are kind of an interesting mechanic in this game because they don't make weapons. They don't make the stuff that you think of as the forefront of the war effort. That's going to be your military factories. But what civilian factories basically are, they're essentially your economy in this game. They produce all the other stuff. They produce your military factories. You have to have enough civilian factories to build your military factories. So you have 4 of 15, right? And that's just how many, it limits like 15 can work on this, but you could have, if you had like 45 factories, they would all be working at the same time. It's these civilian factories that are going to build the military factories. They're going to build dockyards, power stations. They're going to build like our infrastructure and that kind of stuff. So there's infrastructure up there, air bases. So you definitely want civilian factories. So I'm going to build those, and then I'm going to build military factories. So the reason I'm doing it in this order is because the game is now going to, well, that's okay. The game is now going to build these in that order. So it's going to start here, and then it'll build through all the civilian ones first, and then into the military factories. So we get that started right away. We're going to research military tech. This is very straightforward. We're just going to start researching stuff. One thing that we really need are going to be airplanes. We need air power. And we want to make sure we are building up our industrial capabilities. The more industrial capabilities we have, the better our factories, or the better our factories will run, the better our country will run. Look at our decisions. So these are all the warlord allegiances, Soviet aligned. This is the Chinese Soviet Republic. They're kind of their own thing. And then there's us. We don't really need any of these decisions yet because we don't. You can ask the Germans for help. See, all of these also, they require political power, which we haven't generated any of yet, so we can't take these decisions even if we wanted to. So next we're going to look at our national focus. And we're going to see we have this massive focus tree. All these different things we could do. Now we're not going to be able to do all of them. Some of them are going to be exclusive, right? So, like, we can push the country to be more socialist. We could turn the nationalists into socialists. We could go with nationalism or democracy. These might not be mutually exclusive. Yeah, so you see there has all the following. It has not completed certain focuses. So at some point, you can kind of eliminate these national catastrophe. Yeah. So I guess that's if we get taken over by Japan. So I say this in EU4 all the time, and like there's a lot of these things that will help our country out. I say this in EU4 all the time. I am super duper egalitarian. I hate big government. I hate authoritarianism. I hate like all of that stuff. I want nothing to do with it. But in these games, it does tend to be the better path. I don't know, democracy gets us like a lot of stuff though. I don't know. Democracy might be the better option in terms of like, but it seems like we can do both for right now at least. There's one that says what is not completed, purge the Liberal Democrats, which is actually way down here somewhere, right there. So like that's weird because you can't even get to that without doing this one first anyway. And it's not completed. Focus the Eternal Dictator, which I don't even see. Yeah, I don't even see where that is. Oh, it's right there, the Eternal Dictator. It's like I don't know how. Requires one of the following. So I guess you could, in theory, start here and get there. But anyway, we're going to go with democracy first. And so we've got a decent enough military. It's not huge by any means. We're going to put them all here. And give them a commander. Now you see the commanders have limits to what they can command. So we need to break these armies up. Just kind of throw them in here. I'll give these guys a commander. We're going to assign them a field marshal. Assign them to a field marshal. And this is going to give us, some ability to position our troops. Now, we're going to go to our military factory. We've got 6 military factories. We want to start building support equipment. I'm not really worried about a navy at all right now. We don't have any actual creative tank designs yet, so we're gonna have to make some. But we don't have any army experience yet, so we can't do that yet. We have the same issue with airplanes. So until we can make any of that stuff, we're going to build just as much basic infantry weaponry as we can. And we're going to get this. So we're just going to get infantry training. 8 is kind of a good number because you'll notice the generals, they lead. Oops, I guess I kind of messed up by dividing the armies here. But they lead in terms of 24. So having groups of 8 just makes mathematical sense. So we're gonna do. I don't really know. Nobody's using support equipment, but they will be. Where did my? So I don't know who we're gonna end up. So we'll go democracy and then we'll go nationalism. Like I don't know who we're gonna end up at war with at any point soon. We're definitely gonna end up at war with Japan. Do I have? See, I don't have war goals against any of these people. Not yet. going to position my armies for now then. I'm going to position my armies all kind of along this region here. And once they get there, I'm going to start them drilling. Just like in EU4, drilling in HOI4 is going to give the army, like it's going to give the soldiers themselves more experience, and it's going to generate military points for us. I'm going to take my air power, which I don't have much of, put them here, set them here, have them set on just destroying stuff. But always normal operations. I'm not a no retreat kind of commander. So there'll be a little bit before we can just go to war with anybody. Completed democracy. We have that align the blue shirts thing. We have to deal with the blue shirts, and I'm wondering, I need to find where that is, because that's a timed thing. So we want to make sure we get that dealt with. There's increased collaboration with the blue shirts. And disband the blue shirts. Wonder if that is... wonder if that's the one that it's talking about. Because I don't see one that says align the blue shirts. Well, that's okay. So we'll keep going this way then. Alright, so we've got a little bit of political power. Rommel of the East. That sounds awesome. We can't afford him yet though, so we're going to keep saving up our political power. One of those, it said blue shirt dictatorship. There's a focus called blue shirt dictatorship. I'm guessing they're going to be over here. But I don't see them. Oh, there's the blue dictatorship. Beijing coup. Hunt down communists in the streets. Holy crap, man. That is dark. We'll keep, we're kind of in this direction and see if that we'll just see what happens here. So they could be deployed now, but we're not in a hurry, so we might as well let them achieve full readiness. Hitler has been killed. Himmler is now in charge of Germany. So already we're getting some big changes, right? So we have to do nationalism now. We'll be a nationalist democracy. We've got a little bit of power we can spend here. I like the idea of this guy. So deployed. Send them out, get them training, and then 8 more will deploy. We have plenty of manpower. The issue is really going to be having enough equipment. See, not enough equipment to train. That's going to be the thing. So having the armies drilling is going to use equipment. Stuff gets broken, stuff gets lost, things like that. So that's why we're building these factories. One of our factories is, we had 4 and it vanished, so there must have been a 4, which is a kind of hard to describe mechanic in this game, but you can like inherit or like borrow or take out factories from other countries. We're nationalists and such, we're to unite China. The comments true. See, I've never played this scenario out before, so I have no idea. Decision-making just did to my path here. Music is starting to sound a little weird to me. Hopefully it's not in the game audio, but it almost certainly is. See, that just completely broke the entire, all of that. Well, that was dumb. I shouldn't have done that. It just like, see, it just completely evaporated this huge portion of tree. Might have broken this game. Maybe I have to start over now. That's really frustrating. So this is one thing I like. Again, like, how did that just erase the possibility of all of that stuff that, like, I don't know. This is really annoying. Like, just erased like 90% of the stuff I could do in this game. I don't know, maybe I'll start over at some point then. Why can't I declare war? They murdered Chiang Kai-shek. Why can't I declare war on them? That's an act of war. Germany's in a civil war now.
是的，长官。
Oh, there's the Align the Blue Shirts. It keeps like completing focuses that I didn't select. I don't understand what is going on. Get this done, and then that Blue Shirts Run Rampant should be completed. Spanish Civil War has begun. This is going to give us some more goals. So, what did it say? Click the Chinese Soviet Republic. So, what we're going to do is we're going to stop these guys.
准备完毕，长官。
We're going to delete here.
是的，长官。
This game is so... One thing I really hate about this game is it's so poorly optimized. Like, if I've clicked the delete button, this naval base should not be clickable. Right? Like,
是的，长官。
I don't know. I really do like this game. I get really frustrated. Like, I'm really frustrated right now by the fact that, like, that one thing just completely erased, like, half the potential focus trees. That I find annoying. But it is not. It's not a bad game. It's a fun game. But that's why I have a love-hate relationship with this game. I never feel this way about EU4. EU4 never frustrates me the way HOI4 does.
准备完毕，长官。
Organization is the most important mechanic in this game when it comes to armies. Losing organization is how experience yet to make a tank. So we have I don't want to go with that. We're going to save some more. We have some more goals now. Oh, that's the wrong place. Who do we have war goals against? Where even are they? They're way up there. Okay, so we can't possibly get to them. But we can get rid of Mao.
有何指示？准备移动。
Yeah, the blue shirts thing went away. We can't afford any of them. We can't afford any of those either. Now we're going to change history. Well, I thought we were going to change history. Seem to be struggling to break through these lines. They've got armored trains. Or we have armored trains. One of us has armored trains. Once these get to 100, they'll break through. So we're gaining a ton of military experience now because assault infantry. Because we're at war. So where's my
有指示。出发！
pressure off.
出发！
I know these attacks won't be successful, but it'll take some of the pressure off of them. This is another thing that can get annoying. Like, we're not at war with these guys. Why do they make, like,
准备移动，
lines?
准备移动。
rather than sticking with the war that we're at.
.注意！
I forget what all the buttons are. It's been a long time since I've played this.
保持距离。
No. The communists are under a lot of pressure now because they're pushing inward this way. So.
遭到攻击！
Might need to pull the army back, though. I need to pull all these guys out of here because they're about to get cut off and surrounded.
有指示。
These guys. So when that falls, these guys will be cut off and surrounded back here. They need to evacuate.
准备移动。
They are cut off. Kind of pocketed in here now. So
准备移动。
they're going to start losing organically. Well, I guess they're not cut off because their capital's there. So never mind. What I was about to say won't happen. But what will happen is that Mao is about to be removed from this game. From the history of this timeline.
长官，准备。准备。
That's been not doing anything. Communist. Regain some organization here. So it's unlocked automatically. See, this is new. Last time I played, none of this was here, so. And I wonder if where's my air support even? I don't have an air base close enough to get like true air superiority.
准备。
That might
准备。
pull these guys over here. I'm curious about the effects of attrition. And see, like, because it doesn't give you. I guess it does say max supplied division. Maybe that's. Oh no, that's part of the army group. I'm wondering if that will cut down on attrition.
注意！
It doesn't tell you like an amount that the state can support. Try to let this organization build back up.
准备完毕，长官。是的，长官。配合。
I was hoping we could get some units in there, take that ground away from them.
注意！是的，长官。准备。
These guys seem to be impacted at all. They seem to have recovered all of their organization and stuff. And here's what seemed happening. And of course, they immediately lose all of their organization. What just happened?
瞄准！出发！上！ 有何指示？ 准备移动，出发。注意，列车。
Japan has declared war on the Soviet Union. That's going to be apocalyptic. I would say that would be a good time to strike through here. We have war goals, but we're currently not taking over the communist China, so I don't know that we're really in a position to fight Japan.
准备完毕，长官。有何指示？
These guys over here. Get them out
准备移动，
of the line altogether. And just see how that impacts. I go to war economy. Just see how that impacts the organization and stuff of the units that are fighting here.
准备完毕，长官。准备完毕，长官。命令！准备完毕，长官。准备移动。
Japanese took Vladivostok. That's not. I mean, it's
是的，
good
长
for
官
the。Russians.
准备完毕，长官。准备完毕，长官。
I was like, I get why they're moving back to where their division is, but like, don't abandon this place. Because they messed up. as frustrated as I was a little bit ago. I'm still a little frustrated by this game. But that's okay. That's okay. We'll stop here for now, and we will come back next time and see if we can carry on. There's somewhere that would allow me to take more of China. I don't remember where it was. But at any rate, but at any rate, we'll stop here for now, and we will come back again next time and see if we can continue on making the Republic of China the dominant power of Asia. But, frustrations aside, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I hope it has been some good background noise for you as always, and I will see you